So, how do you actually win in business when AI is busy rewriting all the rules? That's the big question, right? Well, we've gone ahead and distilled insights from all over the tech and marketing world to bring you what we're calling the Essential 2026 AI Playbook. Let's dive right in.
And I really want to start by asking you this directly. I mean, is your business really ready? Because the changes we're about to talk about, this isn't some distant sci-fi fantasy. No, this is happening right now. And 2026 is shaping up to be this huge critical watershed moment. Okay, let's kick things off with some pretty shocking data. Right after Google rolled out its AI overviews, the average click-through rate for websites just plummeted. I mean, just look at that drop from over 7% all the way down to 2%. That's not just a minor tweak, is it? That's a fundamental break in the chain of how customers find you.
So, what does this all mean?
Well, it means the old ways of doing things, the old playbooks for building an audience and a business online, they're broken. The debate about if you should use AI is totally over. The only question that matters anymore is how. How are you going to adapt your strategy for this new AI-first world? So, here's our plan. We're going to look at why 2026 is such a big deal, then talk about the foundation of building with AI, and then how you connect with customers. After that, we'll pull it all together into a brand new playbook before taking a little peek into the future, where AI is just infrastructure.
All right, first up, the foundation. Before you can market or sell anything, you have to decide how you're actually going to build with AI. And this is no longer just a question for the super deep tech companies. Nope, this is a core business decision for absolutely everyone.
And right at the heart of that decision is this key trade-off. Are you going to use the massive cloud AI models from the big players, or are you going to run smaller, more focused models on your own hardware? And look, this isn't a values judgment, it's a really practical engineering question with some real pros and cons on each side.
So, when does it make sense to run a model locally? Well, it's a no-brainer for anything involving private, sensitive data, right? Think health records, financial data, your own secret sauce. It's also way more economical for really high-volume, simple tasks. And it's absolutely essential for apps that need to be lightning fast or work offline.
On the other hand, the cloud, well, it still reigns supreme when you need the absolute best, the most cutting-edge reasoning power out there. Think complex tasks that involve understanding images or audio, or maybe you just don't have a team to manage the hardware headaches. In that case, the simple API of a cloud model is the clear winner. You just get the best of the best, and it's updated for you all the time. Okay, so we've got our technical foundation figured out. Now let's switch gears and talk about our second section, the connection. We have to talk about reaching customers, because AI isn't just changing our products, it is completely rewiring the very paths people take to find and buy from us. The old world was all about SEO, search engine optimization. The whole game was to be that #1 blue link. Well, the new world is about GEO, generative engine optimization. And the goal now is to have your content summarized, cited, and served up as a trusted source inside an AI's answer. It's a totally different ballgame. And this leads to a really profound strategic shift. Think about it. Your content, your blog posts, your videos, everything. It's no longer just a destination you're trying to drive people to. It's now a source that directly feeds the AI models that are answering your customers' questions. And where are people even starting their search these days? For the next generation, it's increasingly not Google. This data is pretty clear. A huge majority of Gen Z now turns to social platforms like TikTok first when they're looking for something. They're scrolling, they're exploring, they're discovering, and your strategy has to meet them right there. And make no mistake, this isn't just about discovery. It's about cold, hard cash. By 2026, people are going to be spending over $100 billion buying stuff directly through social media in the US alone. That gap between seeing something cool and buying it, it's basically disappearing. So how on earth do you win in this incredibly crowded AI-powered social space? Well, the answer isn't to just make more noise. It's to build a real engaged community. Chasing those fleeting viral moments, that's yesterday's game. In a world where an AI can generate infinite content, genuine human connection is the only truly scarce resource that creates lasting value. All right, we've seen how AI is changing how we build things and how we connect with people. So what do we actually do about it? Let's get to the good part, the new playbook for 2026. We've taken everything and boiled it down into 4 critical, actionable shifts for you. Here it is, the 2026 AI Playbook. First, invest in context, not models. The AI models themselves are becoming commodities. Your unique data is your real competitive advantage. Second, go hybrid. Use local AI for all the routine stuff and tap into cloud AI for the heavy lifting. Third, optimize for the AIs. Create content that's designed from the ground up to be a trusted source for these generative engines. And fourth, and maybe most important, build a community, not just a passive audience. These four pillars, they are the absolute core of your strategy for 2026.
And finally, let's just zoom out for a second and look beyond the immediate future. Where is all of this heading in, say, 5 years or more? Well, the end state is a world where AI stops being this novel, shiny tool and becomes as fundamental as the internet itself. It becomes infrastructure. So what does that roadmap look like? In the next couple of years, we're going to see local models get just as good as today's best cloud models. Then they'll get way more efficient and cheaper to run. And that leads to this critical crossover point, probably within 4 years, where a hybrid mix of local and cloud AI just becomes the default standard for any serious business. Now, to make this future feel a bit more intuitive, I want you to just think about how we all use databases today. That's exactly how we're going to be using AI. It works just like data storage, right? You use a local database on your laptop for fast, private, routine stuff, and you use the cloud for massive, specialized data sets. You're going to use AI the exact same way, local models for the day-to-day and cloud models for the really advanced tasks. The choice will just become a simple engineering decision, not some big philosophical debate. So all of this leads to one final big question for you to think about. By the end of this decade, is AI going to be just another tool in your company's toolbox? Or will it be the fundamental infrastructure that your entire business runs on? Honestly, your answer to that question will define whether you win or lose in this next era.